Wet and Hot, the annual Watersports play party in Palm Springs, held at an undisclosed location, attracts hundreds of people from around the globe. Wet and Hot took place this last weekend, the 11th through the 13th July 2008. As always, it was quite a success. However, this year, a local television station, Channel 3, KESQ, did a news story on Wet and Hot Friday evening. They seemed to think the party was in Warm Sands, which it wasn't, and they sent a camera crew to the Barracks during Wet and Hot registration just for good measure. The Barracks is a well-known gay bar alleged to have discreet water sports play at times. You know what bothers me most about KESQ expose? As with many conservative news reporters whom delight in exposing things they don't morally agree with, they specifically went far out of their way to seek out a private party in a private location and then implied there'd be all sorts of unprotected sex there. Watch the televised report. I'll be back in a moment.
That being called a big annual sex party is going on in Palm Springs, and organizers don't want you to know about it. Tonight, News Channel 3's Rodney Wardle takes a look at some of the risks these partygoers could be facing, and we want to warn you, some parts of the story are graphic.
It's a party where organizers say participants can take part in what they call piggy behavior, like group urination and sex without protection. Most of the activities can't be mentioned on TV, and it's happening right under the noses of many in Palm Springs.
What the? No. Unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I'm not politically correct when it comes to this stuff. That's disgusting. I'm sorry.
Party flyers describe unsafe, condom-free sex, and that's raising concerns at the Desert AIDS Project.
Body tissues easily break down, and that's why it's important to use a condom. A condom is a protective barrier when having sexual intercourse.
Residents are also concerned.
Without condoms, that's a ticket for AIDS, I'm sorry. And anybody that does any of this type of activity with no protection, it's a death warrant.
Well, the party's meant to be secret. Registration is only online, and organizers will let you know where the party is only after you register and pay. We were able to find a registration area, and they were not happy to see us.
Wait a minute. I said stop.
Owners of the Barracks didn't know where the party is being held. This flyer says host hotels in the Warm Sands area are full. We talked with owners of several hotels in that area. They didn't know about the party and didn't want to be associated with it. And although many of the activities may be shocking to some, many say it's okay as long as it's a private party.
I guess that's up to each person to choose whether it's okay, whether they want to go.
In Palm Springs, Rodney Wardle, News Channel 3 HD.
Did you happen to notice that the water sports aspect of Wet and Hot was played down in favor of the more alarming, unprotected sex bit in the story? Wet and Hot isn't advertised as a bareback party. The reporter obviously disgusted with the fact that there are men in his city pissing on each other and enjoying it, needed to spice the story up a bit in order to get more public outcry. Fortunately for Wet and Hot party producers, the story didn't get much attention at all. There's an old joke about a lady who calls the police, complaining that she can see her neighbors in the apartment across from her copulating as their blinds are left open. When the police come to check it out, they tell the lady, "Ma'am, we can only see a head bobbing up and down." To which the old lady shrieks, "Stand on the bed! Stand on the bed!" Whether or not someone supports, plans, assists, or attends bareback parties, water sports parties, fisting parties, or any other sort of private party shouldn't be the issue, let alone on the nightly news. The party is a private party. Television cameras weren't invited. And your sensationalist news stories simply light a fire that won't burn in a country where the Constitution grants us life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.